How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale for $10 or less on the PlayStation Store for the mid-year deals sale that goes until July 2nd. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history and are at least a 75 on Metacritic, so let's get straight into it. First up, we've got the 2018 God of War for $10, and I really don't think I need to do any explanation here, as this is a video mainly for people who play on PlayStation. It's rated as one of the top 5 games ever on PS4, and if you take out remasters and ports, it's really top 2. So just play it if you haven't, odds are you're going to love it. Trophy-wise, it's a 4 out of 10 for difficulty and around 40 hours to finish, with most of that difficulty coming from the last Queen Valkyrie fight. Next, we've got Norco for about $6. I know point-and-click narrative games aren't for everybody, but if you're ever going to try one out, let it be this. It's a southern gothic adventure through the sinking suburbs and verdant industrial swamps of a distorted southern Louisiana that won the inaugural Tribeca Games Award in 2021. That's definitely worth a try for this price. Not a ton of information about the platinum out there, but trophy-wise I'd put it at a 3 out of 10 for difficulty and around 8 hours to finish without skipping through the text. Around 3 hours if you do, but I would definitely recommend just reading the text. That's the whole point of the game. Next, we've got Max Payne for $9. This is unfortunately the only Max Payne we can play on a modern PlayStation console. A Max Payne 2 remake is allegedly in the works by Remedy, no news on the same treatment for Max Payne 3, but they're both playable on PC, so I guess you could play them on there if you really want to keep going through the series. Trophy-wise, the first Max Payne is a tough one. You're looking at an 8 out of 10 for difficulty and around 25 hours to finish. Just be aware that you're going to have to do 4 playthroughs to get the platinum. One on Fugitive, one on Hard Boiled, one on New York Minute, and one on Dead on Arrival. Next, we've got Far Cry 3 Classic Edition for about $7. You could also pick up Far Cry New Dawn, the spin-off from Far Cry 5, for $8, as well as Far Cry 5 Gold for about $13, and Far Cry Primal Apex Edition for about $12. Trophy-wise, Far Cry 3 is a 3 out of 10 for difficulty and around 20 hours to finish, with New Dawn coming in at the same difficulty and platinum completion time, but with an added co-op multiplayer trophy that you'll need a buddy for. If you do want to grab Far Cry 5, it's also a 3 out of 10 for difficulty, though slightly longer at around 25 hours to finish and with some added multiplayer trophies. And if you grab Far Cry Primal, it's about the same difficulty and time to platinum as Far Cry 5. Just make sure you don't play on Survivor mode, as it can make some trophies potentially missable because of permadeath in the tameable beasts. Next, we've got Nioh for $10, and this is another one that really doesn't need any explanation for those of us PlayStation fans. It's really good, it's on sale, and if you haven't played it yet, you probably should if the idea of a Souls-like / Onimusha / Diablo / Sekiro game interests you at all. Trophy-wise, it's a 5 out of 10 for difficulty and around 80 hours to finish, so you can definitely sink a good amount of time into this one if you want to go for the platinum, and it's not as difficult as Sekiro, Dark Souls, or Bloodborne, so don't let the Souls-like tag keep you away. Next, we've got Rise of the Tomb Raider for $6. This is the second game in the newest Tomb Raider trilogy, and it's considered the best game of the 3 on Metacritic. While you'd be better off playing the 2013 Tomb Raider before this, as it's the first game in the trilogy, you're not missing a ton of story stuff if you skip it and just play Rise for now. Most of the story stuff that gets carried over can be explained in the collectibles, so I'll leave that up to you. Trophy-wise, it's a 4 out of 10 for difficulty and around 40 hours to finish across what is basically 2 playthroughs because of score attack mode. Next, we've got XCOM 2 Deluxe Edition for about $7, and weirdly enough, it's half the price of the base game version, so maybe figure that one out, 2K. It seems like every one of these videos requires a game that's just brutally difficult to get the platinum in, and this video is going to have 2 between Max Payne and this. Trophy-wise, it's a 9 out of 10 for difficulty and around 100 hours to finish across 2 playthroughs if you want to force everything into as few playthroughs as possible. You could do the No Death, Legend difficulty, and Iron Man mode trophies in one single playthrough, and then you can do the 4-man squad and exquisite timing trophies in a second playthrough, or you could space it out between more playthroughs, but it's going to be a grueling platinum to get either way. Next, we've got the 2016 Ratchet & Clank game for $10, and this is another one that really doesn't need any explanation for those of us PlayStation fans. It's really good, it's on sale, and if you haven't played it yet, you probably should if you're into this kind of action-adventure game, or you've played any of the other Ratchet & Clank games, as this is one of the best ones ever made. Trophy-wise, it's a 3 out of 10 for difficulty and around 25 hours to finish. Just be aware you're going to have to do a second playthrough on Challenge mode, it's just New Game Plus, to get the platinum. Next, we've got Bully for $9, and this is the sort of forgotten middle child that Rockstar made back for PS2, remastered to PS4, and in true Rockstar fashion, it's one of the best games from that entire generation. Trophy-wise, it's a 4 out of 10 for difficulty and around 20 hours to finish, and I can't begin to tell you how refreshing it is to have a Rockstar Games trophy list that doesn't include a ton of extra multiplayer trophies in 2025. For the love of God, just make it a DLC set for GTA 6. Finally, we've got Closer the Distance for $10. This is the narrative-driven life sim that focuses on emotional storytelling, choice-driven interactions, and exploring themes of loss, connection, and healing as you take the role of a recently deceased young woman watching over your grieving hometown from the afterlife. It's one of the best games from 2024 according to Metacritic, so if you feel like going on an emotional roller coaster, this is a great pick for you. Not a ton of information about the platinum out there, but trophy-wise I'd put it at a 2 out of 10 for difficulty and around 10 to 15 hours to finish. There's a time mechanic that allows you to turn time back, not forward, so none of the trophies are really missable, just more time consuming if you do miss any on your first playthrough. A lot of classics in today's video. Sony tends to pack a lot of their PlayStation hits games into this $5 to $10 range. Definitely can't go wrong with 2018 God of War, Max Payne 1, Far Cry 3, Nioh, 2016 Ratchet & Clank, or Bully. Rise of the Tomb Raider is the best of the trilogy. XCOM 2 is an absolute gem of a strategy game. And Norco and Closer the Distance are both indie gems that I think anybody who likes compelling storytelling will enjoy. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. Alright, that'll do it for me though, everybody. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see more sale videos just like this one, as I'm going to be covering different price points every day. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.